Good morning, everyone. It's Sparks here, back for more Final Fantasy XIV. It's gonna be good because we're gonna be going back and exploring things from the beginning. Just making some posts on my social media. Um, so that I can see if that helps us get some more viewers in here. Yeah. Alright, let's get into it. We're going through the story and trying to experience things from the beginning, and Ardbert is our vessel for that. Right now he's an Arcanist, Arcanist. Again, I'm not sure which pronunciation is correct. I should probably look it up. Because, yeah, that's gonna bug me if I don't find out. Yeah. Arcanist or Arcanist. I'm gonna stick with Arcanist then, actually, because I think that sounds better. Alright. Our character is supposed to be collecting oranges before he goes to investigate a grotto. Eventually we'll get the ability to moderate our carbuncle's appearance so they can appear as whichever version we want. I think that's a later thing that we unlock. Look at those luscious oranges, burning with nectar, they could drop any second. Ripe to perfection, how sweet it is. If that lackadaisical lot of retired pirates comes down with scurvy, it's served them right. It just goes to show you can't teach an old sea dog new tricks. You'd think the Admiral would know that. Ooh, another quest for us. Lanus in orange nectar is sweet, but rest assured it's paid for in sweat. We have to pollinate each orange by hand because of the blasted pucks that prey on the nearby bees. If we could only eradicate some 5 puck hacklers, it would save us from having to do nature's work. I can do that. Okay. Let's guys shuffle some things around. Oh, I remember when even the basic version of a carbuncle would attack for us. God, I sound like an old man when I say things like that. Okay. Doesn't work, does it? I'll figure it out, I'm sure, but yeah, it's hard when they keep introducing new classes. May have to add another column over here eventually. But for now, I'm going to put this one in place of Scholar. So. And then we want to have our physical. We'll have our magical rain. Our physical goes first. So, there we go. We'll unlock more classes later as we get to visit other cities. Wind tells me you've done the deed. When I press plaguing my orchard, those willful whelps out of water. If only you could rid me of the Persic pirates as you do the pesky boss. Alright. We have food that I'll use when we get into dungeons crawling. We're gonna go till about noon with this stream, then I need to take a break to have lunch and take care of a few personal things. Oh. Okay. The place we're going to must be underground. There's the entrance, I think. Yep, there it is. Ooh. New enemy type. Okay. Interact with this. Get rid of that. You're about to enter an instance battle. Instance battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information displayed in the help window before answering the call of duty. Yeah, I already know how these work. These are special battles that only the player.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide. I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die.
Oh, I look so confused.
Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone.
Baby Ishtola! I forgot how sweet and baby-faced she was back then. Ah.
Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea. Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms. I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark. Or perhaps not. As I suspected, the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence. Nor is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked. But who stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret? Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
Battle time. Focus on the battle. Creatures while pressing attack and I'll soon be one. And there's a crystal. That reacts to us. Delightful. Our original magic seal.
Hear, feel, think.
Huh. This again.
Crystal bearer.
Hello.
I am Heidelin, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
If we do, then Heidelin will be able to do a lot to help us.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
These are other warriors of light that exist and would be willing to help us. But of course, we're not the only one.
Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Awake again, are we?
Yep.
Aha! The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought.
It's weird to think how much our voice has changed as well. I
See
know she's
this
got a
blade?
completely new voice
I found it
actress,
in the Gubu's back.
But yeah.
I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion. Piratical being the most probable. In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether?
Other direction.
I beg your pardon. A towering crystal. I'm sure I don't... Oh! Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations. I must continue my investigation. In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business. The days ahead promise little rest, I fear.
It's rather concerning
May our
that Blue
paths
just
cross
handed me
again.
It's very
Under the
similar to
light
what
of
I
the
have.
crystal.
Before I leave this area, though. Thought so. Let's should do. Oh. All right. I look forward to gaining more jobs in the future and unlocking more things to do. One of which Fisher is the third one on that list. Carpenter, blacksmith, armorer, goldsmith, leatherworker, weaver, alchemist, culinarian. Is that right? Goldsmith, leatherworker, weaver, alchemist. Yep. They're numbered according to the order I got them, but everything else will be done differently. So, right glad am I to see you safely return. My lads were all gabbing about hearing what sounded like all seven hells breaking loose near the grotto. I feared I'd send you to your death. If you were in the middle of that commotion, I hope it yielded something of interest. I'd hate to think it's your life for naught. A blade pulled from the back of a creature you slew at the cave, eh? I'd agree that such a knife would be part of any seafaring man's kit. I think that these ruffians are pirates, come to lure my farmhands back to a life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep instead of mad and gubble on you. Aye, the pirates would have been adding to their numbers of late. I best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on guard against their schemes. You met someone else at the grotto, a woman with a strange contraption? Ah, Stola. She's been in Nimsa for a good while now. Her studies of the ether often bring her out to Summerford, so her presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, I grant you, but she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers. You may take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking is in those yeomen of mine who have yet to wholly relinquish their pirate pasts. Temptation to return to the free and easy life of a buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. You have my thanks, Sam. If it weren't for the efforts of stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be in far worse state than it is. Just you keep on lending the talents to those in need, eh? Help bring Limsa the brighter future she deserves. Alright, next quest. That Cecil Severin is aloft, never around when there's work to be done. I'd sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done than the rapscallions would never learn. Round them up and let them know that Salwyn would like a word. Don't take no for an answer. Oh, I won't. There's the first one. Work? Can't work. Hands are full lifting this mug. You know, I'd wager my last gill you'd never guess what I'm drinking. Swill one. Well, you wrap up a swill party, I reckon it might be worth a day. I do install one's chores if it'll afford me to taste a proper grog. Yeah, if you want to have a decent drink, you're gonna have to work for it. There we go. How am I supposed to work on an empty stomach? Go on, have a guess at what I had for breakfast. Breaded sticks? Gods, how'd you know? It's my breath ate it. Probably smells as wooden as the food tasted. I know why you're here. I just as soon get some real food in me. May want to reject a summons from a captain. Axes were made for splitting stilts, not stumps. You know what I did in my sailing days? Skirmishing? You bet your beard I did, lad. Aye, those were the days. I reckon now I'll have to be satisfied taking my axe to the trees. Where? Bloody cliff. So, Starborn sent you. What do you reckon I say to that? I have saucier seeds to sow. Damn right. Didn't get where I am by taking guff from any glorified gardeners. But I suppose I could see what he wants to get him off my back. Alright, last one. Should really just check the hunting log. And see what I've missed. Cave bats, galagos, grounded pirates, and megalo crabs. Wounded aurochs and grounded raiders. Nesting buzzards, cave bats, galago, grounded pirates, and lightning spirits. I'll have to find all those where those all hang out. And Severn. Severn, you're the old man's errand boy now. Tell my dear old cap not to wet his britches. I'll be along. Just so we're clear. I don't care for land lubbers. Go find the chocobo you rode in on and ride on out. I don't have a chocobo. Should probably get one. Okay, to impress that, all but Severin are accounted for. No fault of yours, he squirmed out. I've let that worm wriggle through my fingers more times than I can count. But rest assured, next time I see him, I'll him squarely in the dirt, where all such worms belong. Pains me to say, but all the guild in the world can't buy loyalty. There are some like you who can be trusted, but then there are others. Till now, I've had no choice but to rely on that charlatan Severin, even though I am full aware he's been doing shady deals behind my back. More than once I've heard tell of improper trading with goblins. I'd be the least surprised if that were happening right now. Now, Belago, sack of oranges vanished out to the Severin. Won't you find and confront the bastard for me, Zeb? I'm sure there's wrongdoing afoot, so be sure to doubt anything that comes out of his mouth. I wonder if this can identify where I can find the targets. Okay, yeah. Cedarwood. In Lower Lenasia. Near Lenasia, Summerford, Three Momband. Oh, wait. Some of the pirates must be nearby. I'll see if I can find them then. Because that's Summerford Farm. That's Freemom's Bend over there, so the megalo crabs are somewhere over there. The pirates I'm looking for must be around here somewhere. Lighthouse, I'm up the strait without powder. What's this now? Starworm sent you for the oranges? So the old bugger had known all this time. What's it matter anyway? Listen, you're one of those goody-goody adventure types, right? Go rescue my mates from those golems. They're just over yonder by the bonfire. Just two? Really? Severin sent you? Ha! The way he flew out of here, I was sure he'd sold us down the river. If you hadn't come, my dodo would have been cooked. Cooked dodo. Oh wait. Was it? Cooked dodo. Mounts and the ability to fly around. Anyone would have gotten away myself if not for someone shoving me aside. Oh, this bastard. Also, what level is... I'm level 6, required level 5. You saved me, mate, and for that I owe you. I suppose I should be ashamed I couldn't clean up my own mess. A pirate knows no shame. I have no qualms about going back on my word. I'm only giving you this stack because I like the cut of your jib. Take it to Olsen and send him my regards. A new quest has also popped up over here. What have we here? A delivery from Silverford Farms and as scheduled. First time for everything. Look at that, not a single one missing either. About the only thing not here are those bagmen, and I don't miss them one bit. As long as payment in full with you, I can trust it'll reach him. More and more travelers pass through these gates bloody and bruised each day. They tell me the Yarzons harry them at the rogue. Things here do nothing, but we need every man we have to hold the garrison. It will do us all a great service were you to thin the Yarzon population for us. Could clear out, say, 3 of their nests. Maybe I'll be in your debt. Okay, I can do that. Then we'll return to Summerford Farm for to drop off our things and get our reward. Where the heck is... Ah, they're at the river. Oh look, a fate that I don't care about. Trying to avoid the fish that will attack me on sight. I really just don't fancy getting involved in the fate. Quest in. Honestly, did for the Vilekin ever pass it through owes you a debt of gratitude. Thagrin is a vile stronghold. One of the maelstrom would defend themselves. Had they the means? The fleet is spread too thin, which is why the Yellow Jackets have been called in. But our numbers are hardly inexhaustible, and your help goes a long way towards preserving the peace. Yay! That helmet's gonna get removed soon and replaced with something else. The Friendship Circlet, which I will allow to be visible because it doesn't interfere with anything else that I'm wearing. Okay, so no one else requires goblin fishers. Back in one piece, that's a relief. How did you fare, Sam? Ah, this is what I was aiming for. Looks like all was out alright, though I'd be telling you false if I claimed I had not held up more hope for Severin. I was willing to overlook the skimming off the top, but to sell us all short in favor of those godforsaken goblins? You well mind yourself around that two-guild cheat. If he'd leave his own mates for dead, there's no telling what he'd do to you. Alright. Ooh, we can get a new wristband out of this. Blast, at this rate the cross will never be ready for harvest. If only we had black loam, so the big could send our stock soaring. I'll bet Otwa knows where you might find some. Perhaps you might pay her a visit in the orchard. I can do that. Ow. I suppose things are in short supply. Till his rest. Marks to remedy that. If you hang till his rest, a favor to ask you. The pirates have been away from sea for too long, and their broken hearts turn to bloodshed assault. Close-light medicine lasts barely a week. If you could buy a high potion and take it up to Warloff, you may well save some lives. Guard got ahead of cabbages instead of fetching him any black loam. If you dare pinch some from the pot and be my guest, just mind you of the camp on by the orcs that dwell there. Once you've 3 bushels, take the black pot to the furl until it's red. Don't know what to do. Hold on. It said purchase, so I should probably see about that part. Doesn't go with anything on my way. Oh, I have one? Because where do I have a high potion? Never mind. I'll go deliver this. I'm plumb out of potions. Any sorry sufferer knocking on my door may as well be knocking on Thal, so you can offer him his prayer. Were I a God-fearing man, I'd say you were heaven sent. After dust settles from the next pipe roll, sorry soul will owe you his lousy life. Be the poor fish out of water. First I thought the fights were just to kill time, and I believe you truly have a death wish. There's naught that can be done about that. Can't make them want to live. All we can do is hope they learn to love the land. Yeah, that's true. We're level 10 now, so we can do some level 10 quests if we go back to the capital. But I think I'll finish the story around here and then... Oh, hello. How are we doing? The hunting log. Just nesting buzzards, which I can find in cedarwood. There's also where cave bats and galagos are. And the god's grip for lightning sprites. Difficulty rank unlocked. Yay. Because we just finished a rank. flying tank over there. We don't question the flying tank. Actually, hold on. He just ranked up. Ah, but those are too high leveled. Another time I'll come back for them. Arcanist, the one we want to play right now, because they're the one that's at level. Even the weeds wither and die in this desolate dirt. But a bit of this black will not change all that. I haven't seen any in ages. Getting black comes up for the weak of will, not the weak of stomach, eh? Don't tell me you're gonna think I could mention where black will comes from. So you can figure it out on your own from the cloying stench. Vark's lair, of all places. We just collected poop. Well, might as well on whom is let whom about what. What matters is that your efforts have brought us the black loam, and we can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you. Okay. Hold on. It's equal in output, so it's actually not better than what I have equipped. I'll stick with Arcanist. Fire pirates, they know nothing of tilling, only killing, stealing our shovels to melt and forge into axes of all things. They're biting the hand that feeds them, the mangy mongrels. I'd love to teach those curs a lesson in obedience myself. If I hadn't sworn to Stalwern, then I wouldn't fight no more. I need you to bring back our farm tools and make sure those dogs reap what they've sown. I'm just checking around the side quests, making sure I haven't missed any. Tools back. I wonder what those sea dogs will try and steal when there's no harvest. I go see the tools back and in serviceable condition, which will be more than we can say of Severin when we get our hands on him, or much like we had a role in the theft. Despite him being a pirate in secret at it, I couldn't care less if the wastrel won't work. When he consorts with cut purses that take our tools away, he's crossed the line. So I want to know what sort of scallywag he's dealing with. Take word to him, would you? Oh, I will. Got some problems for all of us. Ah! Didn't mean to fall. Ba, 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 ba. Oh yeah, I meant to... move this. Got big shit to do. Okay. Pirates sneaking off with our tools. Trifle did well not to take matters into his own hands. Last thing I need is blood on my crops. I'll be down to Severin thinks he can take us for fools. His treachery won't go unpunished. I'm gonna expect a great deal from you, lad, and you've never once let me down. Yet what I ask of you now goes beyond aught I've asked before. Do you play all the same? Ease my mind to have your ear. You're no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Severin by now. Yep. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again, since that letter came from him and skulking about that matter he does when he's up to no good. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off with nary a word to anyone. I got accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. And exactly damn it. But when last I had words with him, he didn't look defiant so much as hunted. I'm thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he wanted. So I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. The ungrateful cur bites me every chance he gets, but I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. I suppose he reminds me a bit of my younger self. Suffice to say, I'd rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As for how to find him, I try asking Goretta at the Etherite. She was the last one to see him. Daisy she'll be able to tell you where he was headed. Okay, we can do that. Nothing that passes through those gates escapes my notice. I saw the Rousers' rabble set out for Wood Whisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky sods said I should join them. I told them I'd rather shrivel up than sip whatever it was that had pickled their brains. If you find the Isle Swine, be sure to give them a cuff round the ear for me, will you? Will do! What's the hunting log for this one? What do I have left? Cave bats, galagos, and megalocrabs. The megalocrabs are to the north, if I remember correctly. So that one's easy dealt with as part of this quest. All the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deeds the slippery bastard's done. Claiming to take the lads out for a drink only to get straight into a bloody trap. Don't get no lower than that. Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old sir, and so I was ready. The others weren't so lucky. You gotta help them. Of course. He's part of the kidnapping ring. My axe may as well have been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better, or the sorry bastards in there are done for. Severin might have got us into this mess, but I ain't about to let him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be in that conniving bastard's debt. To arms! A true knave, you betray even yourself, Severin. We were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provide us with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. Few are they who betray the Serpent Reavers twice. You will not do so a third time. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honorless wretch, your life is all you have left. And worthless though it be, we shall take it. Huh. Random Ascian is watching. Oh, a mournful voice of creation. Oh, mournful voice of creation. Grant ye this humble stone a soul, that it may wake to life. Don't know why they're helping the pirates. Let's switch to legacy type because I forgot that that's the thing, that the golem could be vanquished. That man is no ordinary adventurer. Don't know which Ascian that is. Could just be a generic one. Oh, hey, Stola. The snake slithered away. I am only glad he did not have a chance to sink his fangs more deeply into. Oh! First Echo Vision. Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Lamincian factions. Whom then do they serve? These tribes? Surely not. But timing their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sahagin and Cobalt activity. Something is afoot. The question is, what? Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon their primals? 12 help us. If it should prove so, Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone two. But all is yet speculation. I must needs find evidence. The seas continue to rise, while the lesser moon continues to fall. And ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louis Soir foretold. The coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never the creed of Charlie and Ring bore true. It's weird to see her actually wearing that thing. Never did I dream that I would possess the means to ether. Yet now that I do begin to take it for granted. I swiftly wanted Charlie and seem commonplace. Here, for you. Have you come for the festivities? The Maelstrom officially makes the Great Hole in the Sea its training ground. Join the celebrations. Wait, disturbance in the ethereal flow. But whence does it emit? Seasong Grotto, perhaps? What have we here? Can you walk? Since I regrettably know he eluded me. Understood, I will inform the Commodore. You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Severin here has surprised me of all that transpired. Can shed some light upon how you came to be attacked by a golem of all things. A golem is a mindless automaton, inert save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are its workings. But then these tattooed wretches are no common pirates. They are the minions of the Sahagin. As to their purpose, I should get to the bottom of it. But first I must escort Severin back to his place of employment. I dare say Stalwyn will be wondering what has become of him. I do too, for that matter. I will bear word to him of your preservation, but I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray pay the man a visit. Ah, he told me of you. Or chance he had not tell you. He told me of you, but perhaps tell you of me. My name is Stola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the ether in the hopes that I might offer up some clues as to our predicament. I'd say I owe you my life, but that don't cover it. Were for you, my friends would be dead and all. It is a debt I can never pay, but I'll not make things worse by running away. Take this summer for farms, and I'll face the consequences. For reasons I cannot fathom, you seem... Forgive me. Mayhap we shall have a chance to speak again when I have marshaled my thoughts. Until I pass the next cross. Farewell. Alright. Wait, no, those are part of the boss fights. I don't want to engage in the fate. No, not too close. Wah. One down, two to go. That one's level 13. Well, they all are, apparently. The ones I've been fighting, anyways. Okay. Let's just check our hunting log. See what we have left. Cave bats and Galago. For this one, nesting buzzard, which are in lower Lanasia. We're in middle. Cave bats, Galago, and lightning spirit. So all of it are in lower. So we'll keep going. What level is everything now? Marauder is 12. Rogan, Arcanist are both 11. So, yay. I'm enjoying this. It has been literally years since I played the beginning of FF14. And I do enjoy playing through the story of these games. Or this game, rather. Games in general, in fact. But, yeah, there's something about 14 that's just really fun. It is a game that I feel like it does have replay value. It is worth going back to the beginning of. But it definitely is a more fun experience the first time you experience it. And after doing this on stream, I'm probably not going to revisit the beginning again. Just focus on the newer content. But it's nice seeing how things started and go through to the beginning. Probably more than likely what I'm going to be doing is I'll play through with this character until I get to the end of Endwalker, and then keep it one expansion behind whatever the current expansion is. That way I have a good reason to revisit the previous expansion. Hello, I knew you'd return. You stole and delivered Severin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. The rest came shuffling back too, a lot of them sporting the same haunted expressions. It's me who's to blame for that. That, and the rest. I was once a serpent reaver. A thrall to Sahagin? 7 hells, reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they're not but the fishback's flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see, but the reavers never followed a word of it. A few years back, they started snatching law-abiding Laminsons. I'd only just taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to his new Sahagin masters. I knew I had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name, and found myself a new home, Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long around here, and word soon spread, all the way back to the sea. The penalty for desertion is death, but the reavers offered me a way out instead. My freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking, too busy soiling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When the time came, you made the right decision. The men say little to me, but I hear them talk of how you stood up to the reavers at the last, and how you tried to give your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crimes of betraying your brethren. I know that, I do. That's why I'm going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear no arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There will always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. I'll always be in your debt, Stolen. I owe your debt too, Arbor. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men of my farm. If I could ask one more favor of you, it would be this. Tell Badrin what's happened, from start to finish. I'm certain he'd put in a good word for Severin if he knew the whole story. And he's one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I can possibly ask of you. Safe travels, son. I think I gotta take the long way to get back to, Limsa. Because, yeah, Limsa is really pretty when you see it from afar. I mean, look at that. It's amazing you only explore, really, the lower floors. But I really want to, make sure I finish the hunting logs for the level 1 hunting logs for these 3 classes. The higher leveled ones will be for later. Hello. Sorry, that was a level 12. I don't care for participating. If I can find one more. That'll be great. I'll keep looking. After all, if I can, that'll be another part of the quest. Another hunting log done. Oh, we need to find 2 more. Not. Oh well, doesn't matter. One of 3. That's the cave bats. So what's left now? Is it just galagos? Also nesting buzzards and lightning sprites. Where are lightning sprites? Over there. And we'll keep exploring. That's level 17, too high. I'm thinking galagos are to the north. I think. Yeah, there they are. He's leveled up. Wild jackals. Mole, fat dodos, morbid moles, chronic eaters. Basically, we'll see all of these things in other areas that we're going to travel to later. Right now, though, we need to find nesting buzzards. Which are apparently in the cedar woods. Okay, so they're somewhere in this area. Guess we're looking around for them. First so. There's some kobolds. Nesting buzzards. I haven't seen any, so... Don't even know where to begin for this one. I may have to look it up because I haven't seen these anywhere. So I am very confused. Because... they're found in a very specific area, apparently. In Lower Lenosia, which is apparently right there. Let's make our way there and see what we find. That is a tiny area to put them. Ah well, we found them. Now we just need to go south to find the lightning sprites, because they're located around God's Grip. Where I can also see another side quest. Are there any other quests? Level 12, level 13, level 11, and the quest we're on right now is level 9. So we'll get to that one later. But I do want to finish the hunting log. And do the main scenario. Do the main scenario quests. Do the class quests for Arcanist and Rogue. Gosh, how I wish we could. I had a mount. I know we get one eventually, but it's apparently a later in game thing. Probably around the same time we get our Chocobo. Which makes sense. They wanted you to appreciate the mount. So having you have to go on foot makes sense. Alright, Captain Dozrail, stationed at Ocean's Embrace, needs you to track down a guard who has abandoned his duties. You'll be wanting to cross Ocean's Embrace. If you ain't in a hurry to be someplace, I'd rather you hold off for Bella Troop, and the bridge is such a right confusion of wagons and such. Things like to collapse. We expect a bit of congestion, what with this being the only bridge connection in the roads from dry docks to Limbs to La Minsa, but today's traffic is something awful. Switch, what in the seven hells does Smith think he's playing at? So he just puts the time like, do be here, would you let? Track down this skittish bugger and tell him to get his arse back. Okay. Hold on. It's fine. I don't mind doing this one. It's on the way to the hunting log. It was only a matter of time before they sent someone after me, I suppose. I heard you. The bridge is a bloody mess. Truth be told, I wish the damn thing would collapse and save me the suffering. It doesn't wave me hands and have everything suddenly sort itself out. Now can I? If I try reasoning with those damn spawn coachmen, I'm like to get my head bit off. Listen, if you're not going to let me be, then can you at least have a word with the more irate wagon drivers? You know, soothe their tempers some? That'll be one less headache for me to deal with. Yeah, I could do that before, as I need to cross the bridge myself. It's a two-way bridge. How are people... Jeez. Oh, I hear what they say before I try. You can take your self-important words and take a dive in the harbor. I have a ship right expecting his cargo. It'll be a cold day in that line before I back down first. Make way, you ugly bilge trap. I should have been in Limbs of Bell's guy. I'll calm down when fishbacks are under flag. Now move your arse. Can you not? Well, if you put it like that, maybe I'll hold my tongue for a bit. You too. Perhaps you do have a point. I shall endeavor to keep a hold of my temper, if only to see the situation resolved before the moon turns. But I'll be damned, you actually managed to calm them buggers down. You're a miracle worker, and that's the honest truth. All I need is for the driver to heed my directions without all that snapping and snarling, you see? Well, I'd best be at it before they lose their tempers again. I'd appreciate it if you could let Captain Disrael know I'm back on the job. Yep, can do. Well, he's back at his post, is he? Your tongue must be Miss Silver, accomplished athlete. Can't handle the elegancy. The gods only know how such a delicate flower survived card trading in the first place. He's never going to survive duty at the bridge now that work on the Victory has blood deliveries coming in and out every bloody day. Was Amaga better harden up or start looking for a quieter line of work? That's bracelets. They increase critical hits or copper ear cuff, which I think is worse than what I have equipped. Yep, I'm just gonna go with getting the thing that gives me money. And because he went to do his job, the bridge is now clear. Yay. I'll check if also requires this. Target, nope. Alright, 2 more over there. I wish the basic carbuncles still did attack. Ooh, and we leveled up as well. We finally got our revival spell. Yay for that. Now before we continue, I just want to grab a few emotes. Bow. Welcome. Wave. Kneel. Salute. Rally. Soothe. Comfort. Sigh. Pay respects. Dance. Thumbs up. Pet. No, die. Furious, panic, upset, self, disappointed. Doubt. Not anymore. Hope. Look out. That'll do. Any special ones? Nope. That'll do. I'll be getting more later and I'll shuffle things around as I actually want to. Was his Sumo? Oh, this one wants Muscle Scobo as well. Fat Dodo, Arbor, Kieran, Distance. Yep, we're good. Depending on what level that one is, we might take it out. It's level 12. We can take that on. Don't want to participate in that. There's 2 more. Another bit of the hunting log finished. Western, western, western. Lower at God's Grip. Western, 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 western. Western, upper. Yeah. We're done with all that we can do for this one. We're at the upper decks. We'll go talk to Badrin right away. Or maybe I should go do the class quests. Nah, Badrin's quest is lower leveled. We'll go do it first. Bloody hells. Life on the farm ain't quite how I pictured it. Aye, but you needn't worry yourself over young Severin. The Yellow Jacket is that... of the punishments is a good mate of mine. If I ask him nice, I reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from hanging to keel hauling. Kindly gent that he is. I'm only jesting with you. I'll see he's treated fair. Now, it sounds to me like you've done everything old Stalwart asked of you and more, just to find a generous finder's fee in the process. Much obliged, lad. As for reward, well, she's a lonely lad, this drowning wench of mine. How'd you fancy keeping her company for a spell? With free room and board. Venturing's trying business, after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and again tend to end up with broken ones. And take it from me, fighting ain't nearly so much fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. Got that? Good. There's always be a free bed for you, so make use of it. Yay! We can use in-rooms. Not that you'll have much time for lying around with all the leaves you'll be doing. Oh, didn't I mention? I'm putting your name down for leaves. Our guild draws all manner of clients, offering all manner of odd jobs. Honestly, you'd be amazed how much folk will pay to avoid doing an honest day's labor. Just give Tamokri a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gil. She'll always have some task or other for you to do. Oh, and it's all above board, in case you're wondering. We're careful to stay on the Admiral's right side near, unlike some pirates I could mention. I tell you, if it turns out it ought to do with them kidnappings, there'll be 7 hells to pay. Proper bleeding reckoning. You know, the chat rules, which pop up before you can even start chatting, specifically say, don't try and sell shit in my stream without asking. Mayhaps that's what Limsa needs, though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to right it. But we'll have time for such talk when you're well and rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. You now have access to recommendations. This feature displays a list of quests or duties currently available in your area. The recommendations list can be opened from under duty in the main menu, and will also display automatically when you log in. If you find yourself unsure of what to do next, this tool makes it simple to locate activities suitable for your present class and level. Greetings, Bert. Badrin has been most effusive in his praise of your accomplishments. Have you considered putting your abilities to use for the Adventurers Guild by undertaking guild leave or two? Guild leaves are the means by which we document requests for assistance from the citizenry prior to assigning them to adventurers possessed of the necessary skills. From battlecraft leaves that require the extermination of monsters to tradecraft leaves that ask for the creation of goods, tasks we term leave quests are many and varied in their nature. Should your interest be piqued, I suggest you make your way to Swiftperch and speak with Swiggiff. He will be happy to set your feet on the path to complete your first big quest. Okay. How do you fare, Albert? Rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well then, I have an idea of where you might try heading first. Have you heard of the sky lift out in Millinosia? If you have ever visited Woodwhisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down the thing at least once. It's that big bling scaffolding attached to the ascent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo up the cliff face. Hard labor that. I hear they could use an enterprising soul to pick up the odd jobs when no other bugger has time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, bloke by the name of Wickrit, and he'll be sure to put your work on task or two. Okay, we have a task. But first, let's go take up the next quests. From what I recall, I've done the level 10 quest for, Bray, why did you do this to me? For Marauder. I can double check, though. I think it's under class and job quests. Yeah, done the level 10, just need to do the level 10 for Rogue and the level 10 for Arcanis. You look at the head inside? Yes. Cool. New dagger. Better gear. Probably go for the bracers. Purely because I prefer things that give me hands, fingers. A fine morning, the Arbor. A fine morning it is for a spot of work, wouldn't you agree? This time around, it seems some eager buccaneer scampered aboard a local merchantman and made off with a shipment of muskets. Now, seeing as it ain't lawful to cloy from a Livingston vessel to begin with, the outjackets fell upon them daft coves before their boots was even ever dry. Aye, they caught the pirates right there on the docks, but the stolen boomsticks was nowhere to be found. Fenced in a longboat deal, I'm thinking. That's when our guild has officially contracted to retrieve the goods, which weren't really needful since the code would have had us on the job anyway. You don't bite the purses of your fellow lumens and all that. So, this is your assignment, my naughty lad. Find out where the weapons went and bite that shipment back. Seeing as the cutters that hit that merchantman are already rotten in irons, you can rush in with your stabbers and stab him. Want the job handled quick and quiet. And I have the perfect partner to show you how it's done. Ah yes, the one we met but haven't worked with. This year's Vicade the Stray. Ain't no other rogue can match her in the art of skulking. A pleasure. There's some problem, Kib. You seem a bit out of sorts. I'm bloody starving. I have one of them finger sandwiches set aside. You know, those egg-filled tasties they make at the Bismarck. When I got back from the work, it was bloody gone. Oh, that was the Gabs. I thought it was Underfoot's. Either way, Jack, you don't steal other people's foot. Well, you just head out on the job, and I'll see if I can't turn up that missing sandwich by the time you return. Alright, Jack. One more little detail you should know. The muskets was meant for the Yellow Jack Army, so once all is Bob, you can hand the goods to one of their calls directly. We can start whenever you're ready, Artbert. I've had a colleague keeping a wall out for odds that might help us, so suggest you have a few wits with her first. You'll find her at the Highland posing as a fishmonger. Where's Swift Perch anyways? Ah, region we haven't gone to yet. When we get a quest that actually takes us to Swift Perch, I'll go there for the Leaves of Swift Perch quest. Let's see. Let's go over here and take Vic Arcanist's quest. Book, and I will take that one for gear, I think. Yes, Arbor, the time for your next lesson is upon us. You are keeping well, I trust. Taking the occasional brisk walk, one cannot form sound thoughts if one fails to maintain a sound body. Now, assuming you have been following Kiv's instructions, you should be ready to face the more dangerous threats found in Western Enosia. I speak of roselings and wild jackals, and yes, I would have you vanquish 3 of each. The perfect sample size. The first acts as a preliminary test case, the second to test your hypothesis, third to perfect the tactics you've devised. Speaking of which, I trust your strategy will consist of more than simply flinging ruin over and over again. You are not the novice you once were, and your skills in the field all reflect that. If you find yourself wanting further approaches, consult with ruin and tangled attacks from your carbuncle. When timed appropriately, you can deal a crippling blow to your opponent. Okay. Both of those require us to go to, Western Enosia. So, we have 2 quests that take us to Western Enosia, and a main quest that takes us over to Middle. So first things first, let's do this quest. Hello there, sir. We have carp and trout, lobster and shrimp. I love how you can see the Akiba here. But I hear tell you've been looking for a special breed of fish. A long, skinny kind, what Sparkle put a bloke on his arse. Well, that's all I can't hear, but you might try them foreign merchants. What was them called again? Ah, the Traders of Edge. They hail from South Sea Isle. They are known for dealing in all types of nasty splitters and cutters. I should warn you, these folks ain't ones for question the source of their merchandise. In fact, I seem more than happy to pay for goods what came from below decks, so to speak. But if you're still keen to get your hands on those rare fish, then you best hurry. The Edge merchant was visiting Limsa is looking to load up and leave the city before long. Just how he means to transport his goods remains a mystery, though. What with all the iron blades he's got nursing his operation, it makes it hard for a girl to get close enough to eyeball the competition it does. I'll be sure to keep an eye peeled on your behalf, but it might be as you can learn a little more from the folk around town. She was listening in. Traders of Edge, eh? Well, if one of their merchants can stay in the city, then someone will know someone can point us in the right direction. The trick is to listen without being seen. You'd be surprised at how culls will cackle and think no one else is about. We'll focus on places with see plenty of traffic. You can have the Bismarck, the Ferry Docks, and East Hawker's Alley. I'll try and look at a few other spots and meet you in front of the guild when I'm done. Remember, keep it hidden, keep quiet, and keep your walls open. Yay. Oh. I know it's not as good stats-wise, but the boost to XP is worth it. Okay. Onwards. What is my lowest leveled gear right now? 8, 11, 8, 8. Yeah. Well, we've got bracers. I'll get the chest plate. The more gear I can upgrade, the better. Eventually, I'll start crafting stuff. But that's a later thing. Gear is distressed over some minor approach her while cloaked by her high ability and eavesdrop are grumbling. Grumbling and discontent. Ugh, sneer on that customer's face. Does he think I can command the skill to cook more swiftly just to meet his pressing departure schedule? How things are done in the South Seas, but here in Limsa, folk appreciate the fine cuisine cannot be rushed. Come now, Dalton, you must not speak ill of the patrons. What was next on my list? Another finger sandwich for the Dutiful Sisters. So they must be rather fond of eggs. Ferry Docks and East Hawker. We'll go to Hawker's Alley first. Can be hidden, but also run. Geralf is speaking in a low but lively tone to by constant approach him while cloaked by high ability attempt to eavesdrop. Hawking his wares to a customer. You have quite an eye for quality, sir. With a splendid range of produce from every corner of the earth, one simply cannot visit Limsa without sampling some of the local specialties. Would you care for some freshly squeezed Lanosian orange juice? Or perhaps our famed salt cottage mortar paste? This too espouse the virtues of merchandise, but his impassioned urgings appear to have no relevance to your assignment. Ranasu appears to straw approaching my cloak with a habit attempt to eavesdrop my small plates. Curse my sense of duty. Would that I had stayed at the wench for that extra pint instead of returning early. Asked to see anyone being bribed. Certainly not my relief pilot. I wonder what that merchant was about. Smuggling, most likely. Should I report this to Yellow Jackets? What if I'm being watched? I can end up face down in the harbor. Welcome back, Robert. I hope your skulking went well. You might be an angel of death with daggers, Colt, but any rogue what shuns the shadows is headed for an early grave. Steve Cove can nose about without risking a scrap, or slip himself into the best position to ambush a mark. Once they've seen you, though, Your rum fun is done. Highness part concealment and part distraction. You won't be disappearing on a cove what already knows you're there. Alright, I'm done prowling. What did you manage to learn about our musket-buying merchant friend? Slipping coin to a ferry pilot, was he? By what you heard from that chef at the Bismarck, this trader means to hop the twig and soon. That matches with my own findings. He's vacated his rooms at the inn and paid his dues in full. Being a merchant, we can be sure that he won't be leaving without his merchandise. So here's the plan. You wait for him to stack his goods on the pier, then you ghost in and grab all them firearms. I'm hoping we can get the job done quiet under cover of dark nights. But it never hurts to be prepared for the worst. Sounds like he's got a smaller army of sellswords on the payroll. I'll send word to the Yellow Jackets and have them post a call near Hawker's Alley. That way, you won't have far to bolt once you've bitten the goods. The mark should be along any moment, Arbert. Have you got your skulking boots on? Yep, I'm ready. I spied the market aimed to pier. Sneak over there and lighten his load. You're not supposed to be here. I thought I ordered my hirelings to keep this jetty clear. 1, 2, 3. There's one missing. My cane of muskets, it's gone. Thief, stop him, you useless sluggards. What am I paying you for? We have no place to run time to get your stabbers out. These scoundrels oppose the one who brings me their heads. Slink past any other swords in your way, get them goods to the Yellow Jackets. I'll leave these coals in Mary Kate. You can start the deal once all is fallen. Alright. Just avoiding a fight. Aye, these are our stolen muskets. The quartermaster will be pleased. Yay. Another quest done. check something. Viking sword. Basically, bunch of weapons. 25. I will end up making all these things eventually. That turned hairy, didn't it, Colt? Once you reached the Yellow Jacket, though, the merchant called off his blades. Wise enough to cut his losses, I'll give him that. I'd say we're all done here. Let's head inside and tell Jack the Ben news. I heard the sound of fighting coming from outside, and now I've whittled the cause of it. I thought we were aiming for subtle on this job. That many swads, was there? But you got the Yellow Jackets what they wanted, so all's well that ends well, eh? You're on your way to becoming a first-class squirrel guard, Bert. The job didn't unfold exactly as planned, but do you see the value of keeping out of sight? So it might seem slow, but it can save you time, and a fair amount of bleeding in the long run. Speaking of unexpected developments, I have a bit of bad news for you, Kippy. I searched high and low, but it seems some unprincipled cove has yoffled your sandwich. There were not the crumbs to be found. My sandwich! It was a Bismarck special! Do you know how much I was looking forward to that meal? My belly's about ready to cave in on itself. 'Tis a tragedy of the highest order, love, and you know I can't bear to see me rogue in such distress. So I gave Underfoot a special assignment. He should be back any moment now. With a freshly made Bismarck special finger sandwich. You did that for me? You're not japing me, are you, Jack? This ain't no japing matter. 'Tis a guildmaster's responsibility to see that all his coves and morts are at their best for the job. Hey, Jack, there you are. I got that finger sandwich you ordered. Didn't the chef give me a waffleful when I said we was in a hurry? Maybe next time you could think twice before you yoffle a fellow rogue sup. Oh, bollocks. Jack, did you eat my supper? Now, lass, let's not be hasty. There's a fresh new sandwich right here for you. No harm, no done. You've coined something that belongs to me, Jack, and I can't ignore the code. Yeah, the code! We mustn't ignore the code. You're a little half, aren't you, lass? Ah! That might be the swiftest string up I've ever seen. A punishment to fit the crime. Take a good long look, Harper. The code exists to preserve peace in Lemsa, keep the alleys from running red with blood. The city's my home, and I'll draw daggers on any cove fool enough to threaten that peace. Appointed lesson. Let's head inside, eh? Your sandwich will get cold. Hey, do you mean to leave me here all night? At least you gave me a grand view of the harbor. God's piss, these ropes are tight. And now we find ourselves indebted to the Rogues Guild. The Rogues Guild. The impropriety of it all. Would that I could see them occupying a cell next to those thieving pirates. Well, somebody doesn't like us. You looking to head inside? Yes. The roads will leave chafe marks for a bleeding week. I may have wriggled myself free, but that's the last time I let my belly do the thinking. And just think, you can't be struggling up over an egg sandwich. Those coves well and truly stomp on the code get far worse. Keep up your training, lad, and you'll soon be handing out rogue justice yourself. I think I will go ahead and get the jacket, because I already have bracers. Hellos. It is fun. I certainly enjoy playing FF14. And one of the best parts about it is that even though it's an MMO with a subscription, right now, well, not even just right now, you can play up till the end of the, is it second or third? I think it's the third expansion free of charge. Yeah, they just expanded to the third one, which is pretty cool. Ooh, a go boo. Lossless go boo. One more and we'll finish the hunting log. And there it is. Yay! We did it. Another hunting log finished. Lower. I could go hunting for that later. Most of them are going to be in the Grodd's Grip or Western Manasia. I feel like those are available elsewhere, the Puck Hatchlings. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Right now, though, Western, lower. God's Grip. Yep. Alright. So they're in areas that we're not going to just yet. But over here is a quest. So many different classes. I still haven't unlocked them all. Can't really unlock the next lots until we get the chance to travel beyond Limsa. Which is later. Hello. Baron sent you out here, did he? Then consider yourself welcome at the Skylift. Look at that blight cliff, will ya? One blast of fiery hell from that huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Carl still needs to get through, though, so this mess of wood and pulleys was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them, at least. If the gods were kind, and they ain't, I added about a dozen more workers to handle the growing list of headaches. Got the leather jacket already. Glad I am to see you again, lad. Wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity that sprang out from a million corn seedling in his cargo. Sees the gutless bastard tossed over the side before turning tail and running for his life. Made you head down the road, recover that seedling, and deliver it to Love over at Swift Perch in Western Manasia. Whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant. You deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, and you'll also find Neitherite and Swift Perch, so the journey should be worth your while. Okay, so that quest is actually going to take us to our destination. Take this as well. Look sharp, laddie. I got a job for you. We don't got much time, so listen close. Today I got me too many fish and not enough water sprite cores to keep them cool. You see my problem? Now I can't be delivering crates of rotted fish. So I need you to head over yonder and dance with them dripping sprites till you've collected 3 of their chili essence. You realize I want you to actually dance with, right? Yeah, I got it. Water sprites. Do my other classes need to kill water sprites? I don't know. Okay, well, this class didn't. Marauder didn't. And Arcana didn't. Okay. You back already? Don't keep me waiting. Now let's see those cores. Aye, laddie, you done well. Can't wait to get these beauties into your fish crates. That'll keep the catch fresh and the customers happy. There's a whole mess of delivery companies who make use of the scanner. Slip up one time and some bastards will steal your business. You've shown yourself to be a useful bloke. What say you to doing me another favor? We've been having a wee problem with buzzards swooping down and snatching cargo from the wagons while we're traveling the road to Neville checkpoint. Most days them feathered hellions stay well enough away, but it seems the canvas of the wagon was loaded with meat. Well, I say we make use of that weakness to lure the greedy buggers into a trap. Take us your sack of rotten rat meat and set it down in vulture territory. That way the buzzards make their nests. When the bastards show up for the feast, start breaking beaks with a vengeance. Easy. True, that is really easy, actually. Oh. Okay. There we go. Just checking if any of the other classes had any reason. Oh wait, there's nothing with a killer west for this area. It's fine. We're fine. Right. Turn in the quest. Then carry on to the next area. Didn't get your eyes pecked out, did ya? Them buzzards would be a nasty lot. The last wagon made it through with nearly a morsel lost, so I'd say you have plucked enough of their thieving hides to secure the route. Yeah, me thanks, lad. I have make most of McCoy hauling foodstuffs. I'd be bedding down in the gutter within a week if it weren't for your help. Seems even scouters are finding the pickings scarce since the calamity hit. Otherwise, you'd never see 'em trying aught so bold. Fortune didn't favor 'em. Worth spit this time, though, eh? Yep. Alright. Carry on. What are the other things this class needs? Sewer mole, fat dodo, one more arbor. Buzzard, Kieran, egg digger, dust. Where are these anyways? Western Lanos, yeah, the Quarterstone. Okay, well, finish this quest and we get a new outfit piece. That was something enjoyable. There's finished the fate. Dealt with, now we move on to the next area. Right into a fate that I don't want to participate in. That's not dealt with. Yes, Rogue can take out Roseling. Rogue can take out Roseling. Oh, I only need to take out one more. Must have taken out some earlier. Oh well. Continuing on. Let's sync up to the Aetheryte. Has Nimir yourself forsaken this desolate land? Though I understood there were risks in gambling my entire fortune on a crop of million corn, I at least expected seedlings to be delivered before disaster struck. Is that my million corn seedling? How joyous day! It may seem a paltry beginning, but the use of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astonishing. As you've undoubtedly know, a swift perch lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. Thus I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of crop. You sir seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this ailing settlement? Yeah, I can do that. All these wild dodos you see about the place were actually once domesticated birds bred by my father. They broke loose during the chaos of the calamity and gradually became the feral, ill-tempered creatures we now do our best to avoid. But if I am to restore Swift Perch to the very same settlement it was when my father was alive, then I must also try my hand at dodo raising. And as you have likely surmised, I shall require your adventurous resourcefulness in this endeavor. For the initial stage of my dodo rearing enterprise, I need you to head into the flock and seek out dodo nests. You'll be looking for fertilized eggs. 3 of them should do nicely for now. Pray be careful when liberating the eggs. The adult dodos will not take kindly to an intruder making off with their offspring. Understandably. Alright. I'll probably take the amateur hempen cloth. You there, adventurer, cast your eyes towards the brewer's beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ship sailing in the bay. March over to the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty-bound to remain at my post. Is there a favor if you could make a visit to the brewer's beacon and see if all has befallen the lighthouse keeper? Greetings, lad. My name's Swagsway, and I'm in charge of assigning local lead meets here at Swiftperch. Marcus sent you my way, did she? Well then, let's get started. Right after we see if you've got the brass to overcome challenges you're likely to encounter around these parts. Take over the task outlined in this give if you reckon you can handle it. Yeah. Good to hear. Now, megala crabs, they like to run off to their mates when they're feeling overmatched. If you don't want to find yourself armpits deep in snipers, you best finish them quickly. Okay. That all makes sense. And yeah, you can raise the difficulty to You seem to have had little trouble, Ad. Here's the reward for your efforts. I reckon you'll do just fine with the rest of the job. As long as they do here in Swiftport with all their building and such. Be sure to make yourself useful. Okay. Please, you're ready to join a guild. By the by, a sturdy adventurer like yourself might want to look into guild tests. Have a word with Battle Warden Priora and she'll give you the details. Don't you fret now, lad. I'll set her straight if she has any doubts as to your ability. Word travels quickly and spurs. Here to learn about guild tests, are we? What's a guild test? Why, it's a Hess shared by the Adventurers Guild. Savvy? When a certain task brought to the attention of the guilds is a little too grand for a lead, not grand enough for a grand company involvement, a dim guild test is sent to yours truly. Don't let the lack of grandeur fool you. Tasks are anything but simple. Most take place in tight quarters and all require precision teamwork betwixt you and your battlements. And so what do you get in return for placing your neck on the lopping block? Besides a beaming grin from the Battleborn Tiro. Fame, fortune, the usual. So I presume you'll be joining our next operation. Duty Finder unlocked. Yay! We can now do guild tests. You have unlocked a Duty Finder. This feature allows you to take multiplayer duties without having to form a party on your own. Duty Finder, yeah. And guild tests are just special operations you can do with other people. Alright. Well. Ooh, fat dodos are a target. The more hunt targets we take out, the better. We're already way above the level requirement. I know that leaves are one of the best ways to level up your crafting classes. Thought about the layout of my spells. we go. There we go. What class is currently the lowest? Marauder. It'll be the one that finishes the quest. Actually. There we go. With 3 eggs, I should be able to experiment with breeding. Success or failure is not terribly important to begin with. I mean only to gain some practical experience with the birds. Yes, you did exceptionally well in selecting only fertilized eggs. Now that I consider it, not sure how you managed to tell. In any case, I must raise the natural aggressive dodo from the egg if I am to have any chance of surviving the breeding process. Apart from encouraging a more docile behavior while the bird is by cheek, check it is imperative that I remove the gland that produces that infamous poisonous breath. My father notes quite graphically depicting the consequences of failing to do so. This really is rather exciting. Every day I take another step closer to my vision of a switchpurse surrounded by golden fields of wheat and echoing with the calls of plump waddling dodos. Yeah. Well, onwards. Just want to make sure that with regards to targets, fireflies are in God's grip, God's grip, God's grip. Quarterstone. Where is Quarterstone? Over here. So I can find Rotano Buccaneers around here somewhere. But first... Yay! Okay, this... Oh no. I don't want to fight that thing. All right. Did you say a yellow jacket sent you here? And my grown dim has it. Well, of course it bloody has. The bomb that fuels the furnace has up and buggered off, you see. If you don't get that beacon fixed up soon, there'll be trouble in the water. I know you're just a messenger lad, but I can tell eventually I see you. I'm gonna need you to chase down that bomb and bring back a claw with the rip of its smoldering corpse. Take this here iron razor and set her down in the middle of the floor. Somewhere near the scarecrow, I'd say. Get a nice fire going, that frisky bomb will soon be out. Watch you don't singe your eyebrows, lad. Just have to spawn there. Got it. Again, I'll need to use hide to sneak right past the boss. Which I bloody hate. I will just teleport back to sleep first if I have to. All you do is take down the running bomb and your little claw. Now you got the ashy bastard, did you? Once I put this little firecracker in the furnace, that should keep things running for a while. I have myself a bit of a look while he is gone. Lilman cursed me if the furnace weren't all bent and broken. Small wonder the light bomb was able to escape. Patching things up as best I could, but I ain't no smitty. You might want to have a chat with that yellow jacket friend of yours in Swift Birch and have him pass the word back to someone in Limsa. No, because the teleport fee was small. The furnace is damaged, is it? Very well, I shall write up the relevant reports, but these repairs must needs be effected without delay. Since I have another favor to ask of you, Adventure. Take yourself straight away to the Armorer's Guild and until Lindsay explain the situation for his master Hanatsa. Okay, I can do that. Oop. Do I have an alarm set? It's my don't sleep in alarm. Alright, let's return to the docks. Switch to Arcanist. Go off to the Arcanist Guild to turn in the quest. So it can be progressed forward a little bit. Welcome back, Robert. How did it feel to conquer such ferocious foes? Let us ride that wave of triumph onto an even more demanding and dangerous challenge. Your next training exercise will have you accompany Forcia Keela on one of her inspections. This experience will afford you the opportunity to witness firsthand the practical application of Arcanima. Pray do not tarry, Robert. Kelia awaits you on the floor below with further details. Alright. Time appearance as I expected. Shall we proceed directly to the job at hand? I have been tasked with examining the wares of a goblin peddler caravan run by the Bullstocks family. Our agents suspect these beastmen merchants of dealing in forbidden goods. As such, I have calculated that announcing an inspection has a 60% chance of inviting physical violence. I prepare strategy to respond to this possible shift into hostilities. There is an important condition you should be made aware of before we 5 points of my plan. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics, I lack the reflex and coordination necessary to employ many of those self-same strategies on the field of battle. But keep this factor in mind, adjust your perceptions accordingly. Now, should the goblins offer battle, you are to execute a pattern 1345, otherwise known as stratagem focus fire. During your combat, will concentrate your attacks on a single foe, and one by one the enemy will wither until under the combined onslaught. Probability of victory, 95%. Reports place the peddlers in the vicinity of the cookpot in Milanosia. I will depart immediately to assess situations, seek me out once you arrive. Will do. Gosh, I hate the lack of coordination in our outfit. I'll be so happy when I gain access to dyes and glamours. We're getting close to when we're going to be taking a break, though. Because I am hungry and would like to make myself something substantial to eat. The furnace in the brewer's beacon needs repairs. God's beard, I just sent someone out to tinker with it. Now a week passed. Mayhap the bomb Quase had trapped in there was a touch too volatile. I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of that furnace. The work is done here, adventure. May the navigator guide you on your journey. Hold on. I just want to take a look at what I have before I make any decisions. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take the I'll take the bronze stiletto. Or because we're not actually going to be using it for a while, I'm going to stick to stuff that doesn't matter. What say you to taking on some work for Naldic and Vimelis? We've a great hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. First, I need you to run this missive over to everyone to head shipwright at the Morby dry docks. We forge most of the ship's bits and pieces here at the Armorers Guild, but the actual construction takes place at the docks found in the south of Lower Lenosia. That's also where you'll find the main offices of Naldic and Vimeli. The Morby Drog is one of Linz Elemental's most prominent districts, at least as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure you'll not regret tuning yourself to the area's aetherite. If you have no confidence in your sense of direction, you've best served making use of Juggalo Bard. What's for the mizzenmast, in case you were wondering. Should you choose to make a trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through Tempest Gate and follow the road south. And now gear down your Yep. Okay. Well, at least we know what we're doing on that front. First, we need to go to the middle of Lenosia and do tactical planning, because we should do the Arcanist class quests first. Once we finish these, we'll go and do other things. Oh, and I need to send an email. And I shouldn't be here. Damn it. I should have left by now for an appointment. Fuck it, I'm gonna have to reschedule that because it's way too late for me to make it on time. Or is it? Let me take a look. If I leave now, I could still make it on time, I just have to leave, like, now, so I'll wrap up this quest, then get going to do that, because I don't want to miss my appointment. Ba ba ba. I'm alright. Just noticing the time and realizing, oh wait, I have an appointment I need to get to, is kind of mildly stressing me out. Please let me... I need to check, though, if that leaving is... if I can make it without having to... Good, I can make it without having to take a train. Cool. I enforce the Kalia of Melvin's Gate. You cease all transactions and surrender your goods for inspection. Nasty sneaky peekers. Gobblies. Spit Uplander nosy eyes on stabby iron. Jacob aggressive response. Very well, remember what we discussed. Evasive maneuver. The battlefield is yours. Yay, duty complete. Nicely done. Adaptation, improvisation, I might have been observing our beloved guildmaster himself in action. This was the perfect example of how strategy is for a given task should be tailored to the abilities of the assessor. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactics, it is necessary to fully understand your own strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there's another question I want to ask you. When it comes to improving follow success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective concentrating on playing to your strengths or shoring up your weaknesses? I would say covering my weaknesses. Again, you respond as the Guildmaster once did. I must revise the probability of potential to attain greatness to 97%. We want to keep an eye on, that much is certain. But to return to the subject of battle plans, your calculations must include an accurate assessment of your available techniques and your relevant effectiveness. It requires you to be critically aware of your own limits of your allies, and the characteristics of your enemies. That covers everything for today. Please return to the guild and make your report to Mistress Thurbergem until next we meet. I shall abide here until the Yellow Jackets arrive to take the peddlers. Cussing my strategies will keep me company. Alright, well, I'll teleport back to Linsa. I'm not using the right thing unless I am going to be spending more than 1,000 on teleportation. Alright. You. Back from the field, Kalia contacted me with a summary of that. It seems you were treated to a lecture on knowing thyself. That particular lesson is ordinarily taught only to intermediate practitioners. Without sufficient store of combat experience from which to draw, it is difficult to fully appreciate the profundity of such a seemingly simple truth. Nevertheless, I feel confident you will soon be ready for a more ambitious assignment. Keep to your studies and maintain the razor edge of your studies. Okay. We'll go with the dress gloves. Ooh, we'll be able to summon Topaz and enhanced ether charge. You seem tired, Albert. Are you sleeping properly? One's reasonings could suffer without sufficient rest and recuperation. Should you deem yourself fit for duty, pray make your way down to the practice floor. For Cicilio, request you accompany her on another official inspection. There is, however, a requirement for your participation. The first year will explain the situation. Okay, as much as I want to keep going, I need to go to an appointment. So I'm going to need to wrap up here. So that's it for now. I will be back later after my appointment to continue things. But until then, as always, I've been Sparks, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. See yas!